the month, but it's also the end of the week. Hallelujah!
Yeah.
And what we like to do at the end of every week here at The Real is what? Turn up. That's because we don't just celebrate Friday here. Oh, no. We celebrate what? Friday! Now, as you can see, our girl Tamara is not feeling well, but joining us for our Friday Turn Up today is our very special guest co-host. She's an entrepreneur, actress, and TV personality you know from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Everyone give it up for our girl, Nene Leakes. Nene, welcome back. We're so excited to have you. How you been, girl?
I am doing well. You look great.
Oh, you look fabulous.
Well, thank you.
As always.
Honey, delicious.
Oh, my Thank you,
And Nene, you know that I just said it's not just Friday, it's also the last day of the Real's New York week. So you know I'm mad excited about that. Boom, it's my hometown. You know, I got a rep for New York. We've had so much fun chatting with all of the fans in my home city all week, but guess what? We're not done yet, so just make sure you stay tuned. Now, Nene, every Friday we like to hook ourselves up with a little cocktail.
Okay, I'm
And
here
today's
for it.
Friday cocktail is a sweet and spicy drink called Pucker Up. You tasted it?
I love it.
It's so good, right? And the best part is it's super easy to make. So all you gotta do is, to get started, first you're going to muddle some clementine and some jalapenos. You guys know that I like spicy drinks.
Yep.
And I like the mixture of like the sweet and this yes, spicy.
Clementine's such a cool flavor, too.
Yeah, so you're gonna muddle that in there just like that. And then you're gonna add in some sour apple vodka, like that. And you're gonna throw some ice in there as well, like so. And you are going to shake it up. Boom. I was like, hey, where's the top?
Get in there, Munch. Get in there. Get some elbow grease. Yes.
Oh my God, my step. Okay. Just like that. And then you're actually going to pour it into a glass like so. Jeannie always likes to make us go really high with it. Yeah.
Wait.
I think you missed some stuff. You missed
No.
the whole...
I missed the lime juice.
No, you didn't. Then you top it.
Oh, I'm adding it now.
Oh, okay.
See, Lonnie, you get me confused.
Yeah,
Why
that's
don't you
like-
believe in
I
Munchkin?
put everything in a...
Then you're going to top it off with some lemon lime soda.
And...
Voila, like that. And then you're gonna top that off with a splash of lime juice.
Chicka bow bow.
Like so. Girl, it's ready to go. And you got a little
Yes.
garnish right
Oh,
here.
you
How
garnish
cute
it.
is the garnish?
So
Yes.
cute.
Get in here.
Boom.
It's really good, Adrian.
Well, guys, cheers. Let's get ready for girl
Thank
chat.
you.
Okay.
So, Nene, first we have to ask, how is Greg doing? We know that he's been battling colon cancer. How is he?
Yeah.
Greg is doing really well now. He
Okay.
really is, yeah.
Good.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah,
Good to hear.
He's gonna give more of an update on the Housewives reunion, but no, he is really doing well. It's so funny because I get a lot of comments on my social media where people are acting like they think he's hooked up to an IV pump or something. Greg is doing great.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
good to know.
You've been so strong throughout all of that.
No, it's been
I know
hard.
that takes a toll on the wife. I can only imagine, right?
No, it has been hard. The moment they said that Greg had cancer, I think our whole entire house had cancer. Our dog, me, the kids, everybody.
feel it.
And you never know. It's one of those things. You never know how you'll react unless you're in those shoes. I didn't know what a caretaker do. You know, I didn't know how that works.
Yeah.
And it's difficult. But I wasn't the type of caretaker that I needed to like feed Greg or change his clothes. I wasn't that type of caretaker. I just needed to go back and forth with him to the doctor. I needed to be his support.
Yes.
And that was difficult too.
Right.
And staying positive, and they need that.
Yeah, well, my husband is a man's man, so there was times that he didn't want me to help him do things. He didn't want my help. He didn't want me to visit him. He didn't want any of that kind of stuff. And I have said on social media, so I'm happy to say it here, honestly, I'm just trying to tell other people who are going through this, and I got a lot of support. People were saying, I understand. He was very mean, you know, during that time. And I'm not sure if it was the medicine or what, but he was very mean.
Real, yeah.
How did you handle it?
I don't think I handled it well. He was very mean. Yes, it was very difficult. You know, it has put a strain on our relationship.
Oh, okay. I
Are
understand.
you getting help or what?
You know, we are talking to a counselor.
Okay, that's great. But like you just said, I think it takes real courage to, one, you let people in cameras into your life, into your home, but to be able to take it a step further. And I'm sure that you are not the first person to experience that, and it seems like such an odd thing to discuss when somebody's possibly, you know, it could be terminal. Obviously, cancer, that's the realism of it.
Yeah.
And that that's real. And I think you speaking out about it definitely will help somebody else say, okay, I'm not the only one. Maybe this is something that happens, or at least it opens the conversation to maybe better help prepare another woman who may go through this.
Oh, yeah. You know, I want to help.
Yeah.
You know, I would love to help. It just was very, very difficult.
Do you think the meanness came from him being scared?
Possibly.
Yeah, fear.
I know that he has been afraid.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And just from, you know, how much I've hung out with Greg, he is a man's man. When
Yeah.
he said that himself, I
Yes,
mean, that's
he
very
is.
humbling
Yes,
to
it's
have to
very
depend on you
Yes.
and then not be able to get anything done himself. So I can imagine that strain on him and then you and you not really having
Well, our
anybody to turn
prayers
to.
are with
Yeah.
you
Yes,
and with
absolutely,
Greg.
with your
and-
family.
I'm so
That's
happy
my
you're
boo,
here.
right?
Thank you for telling us about that.
No, he takes care of all of us.
Yeah.
When we go on the
absolutely.
comedy tour,
Yeah.
Greg is always there with us.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
thank
he
you
holds
for
it down.
sharing him with us
thank
and
you.
sharing the
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
Sure. Sure.
We
It's
love
not
Greg.
easy.
We're praying for you. Such a great man. And speaking of great men, it looks like singer Mary J. Blige wants no more drama when it comes to her love life. Mary was on BBC Radio 1 Extra last week to reveal to DJ Ace that when it comes to any future boyfriends, she is done dating broke men. Mary said, quote, "He has to have more money than me, that's for sure, because I'm not taking care of any more men." So Mary, who is currently paying her ex-husband $30,000 a month in spousal support, says that she's just enjoying being single for right now and just trying to enjoy her life the best as she can. So ladies, what do you think about Mary J. Blige wanting to date only ballers from now on?
Yeah.
What do you think,
I
when
think
you
it's
hear that?
fine,
Makes sense, right?
I think
Why?
it's okay because she's been through something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when I broke up with Greg, I dated a guy who was very, very wealthy, and I enjoyed every minute of him spending his money. I really did. It was very nice. But, you know, she's going through something. She's paying a man $30,000 that she's not even with.
That's crazy.
And it's just difficult. I know it's hard for her. So I'm here for it, Mary. Date all the men with money. I will hook you up with a man if I see one with some money, girl.
I think there is a difference between a man being broke and expecting someone to be a multimillionaire. Because we have to be honest here. Mary J. Blige is just not an average successful woman. She's a phenomenon in her own right, and that's going to be a very rare thing. Guys, we're talking about a really small percentage of people in her tax bracket, okay? And that's just honest. So I agree and I disagree. I think he absolutely should be able to take care of himself.
Yes.
But I think asking for somebody to have more money than you when you're already in a small bracket of people is asking a lot. And I'm only saying this because I always talk to my girlfriends, and I'm like, man, if you would just take some of those expectations off, maybe you could find somebody that loves you, supports you, and fulfills you so much to a place where it propels you, and then you might end up being the breadwinner. You may end up being going from millionaire to billionaire because their love has inspired you. Maybe we're gonna get the best Mary J. Blige album ever. So I granted, I'm like, oh, how's she gonna top us out? But I feel like love can do that for you, and I really do believe that. Like, I have a girlfriend who's a writer, and she doesn't want to date a guy who is still aspiring to do things. And I explained to her, I said, yo, what if he inspires you so much with his love and the way he treats you and how he supports you and encourages you that next thing you know, you're the next J.K. Rowling writing Harry Potter, and now you the millionaire.
I don't care about that.
Really?
Yeah, you have to be a certain age to be okay with that. When you get this age, like Mary J. Blige and myself, honey, you need to already come ready.
Yeah,
Ain't nobody got time to get you ready.
I get you on that. I mean, I just walked into the 40s Club, and I absolutely start seeing things differently. And even though I hear what Mary's saying, but I would add to that because I was married to somebody who had more money than me, but because I was a stronger earner and we lived in California, a shocking thing slapped me in the face when we divorced, and I had to end up paying him my earnings. And that really taught me a lesson today about looking out for myself, you know, because it was an emotional thing, and it's not just.
I paid spousal support when we broke up, but we have all been blessed, which is why we had to pay spousal support. You know that, right? Okay, so
But I think
you had to pay that?
Yes.
Wait, hold on, I'm confused.
Hold on.
You also, when you divorced Greg, you had to pay spousal support to him.
Yes, to him. To him.
I'm gonna ask like the cameras are not rolling.
Yeah.
And we having a real
No, because
conversation.
I want to see if
like,
you're
this right here.
aligned here. Yeah.
How, why?
To him.
Because of how much you earned
Yeah.
in comparison. Okay, so what would you do differently today?
Not pay him.
Did you wait, girl? See, I gotta ask the real question. Did you have a prenup?
Not then, but I have one now.
Okay, so she didn't. Okay, so she didn't have a prenup before.
I didn't have a prenup the first time, but I have one now. But I also will go a step further and say this. Greg and I got together long before either one of us were successful. So I wasn't upset by paying Greg. I really wasn't. I felt like it was fair. And the amount they asked me to give him, I thought was fair.
Yeah.
So I was fine with it.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, because we grew together.
That's the difference. Is that he was a part of your business together, and he supports you. I see how that is. In this case, it wasn't. Like, Jeannie Mai is completely Jeannie Mai. I did every damn thing you've ever seen me do.
But the problem with that is
for
that
you,
you
that
were
was
married.
hurtful.
Yeah. But you were married.
But it's
you know?
hurtful to her because, especially I think, coming from really humble beginnings for Jeannie.
Yeah.
I think especially seeing how hard her parents worked, what she had to establish to take care of her family and what she's done, and then you're like, I've worked so hard to get to where I am, and then to feel like you had to, I get it.
Yes.
And I saw it, I was there.
So how I would relate it to Mary is not only would I date somebody who can take care of their own ass, but I would also make sure that I have a prenup in place that protects myself.
Yeah,
that's important.
But Jeannie, it's still, it doesn't have anything to do with whether they can take care of themselves or not. You made more money, and so that's the difference. It's not that he couldn't take care of himself, because Greg was taking care of himself, but I was just a higher earner.
Yeah.
So you gotta make that money, that legal paper needs to be right.
Yes.
You do.
I think you can still adjust your prenup, though, to...
My prenup is in place. It don't need to be adjusted.
Same.
It is in there, honey.
And that's what I need. Yeah.
It's in there, child.
Lonnie, what are your thoughts?
Now, Lonnie, because I know you might get married soon.
Where you hear that from? No, I just want to say that anything that is written can be challenged. So even though I think we have this perception that, oh, we got a prenup, I do believe in Mary's case, he challenged it. And that's what, you know, so I just want women to be careful, because it's like, even though you may have a prenup and it's ironclad, I know too many of my girlfriends, you know, that have had to deal with going back and being challenged. And this is just what we face as women today. So we have to make sure that we put steps in place, but also not to become bitter.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. And stop putting don't hold yourself from not finding love because maybe this guy isn't the right, you know, or something like that. That's the only
Because of the zeros on the paycheck. I agree with that.
I didn't feel that way, you guys.
No?
No. When we were breaking up, I wanted to be friends. I didn't want to have a bitter divorce. I wanted us to break up and be nice to each other.
You were that way,
so did I.
That's what I wanted.
But the thing is about love and about relationship, which is why you do want to have the prenup, but it will get challenged, is that people change. People change in marriages. And you know where you started off day one was that y'all were loving each other. But then at the end of the road, something might happen. Some other person might come in their life. Greed comes into their life. And then they're not thinking about you. That's why women have to protect themselves.
That's the whole point of it. For me, is protect yourself, for sure.
What about men protecting themselves?
Well, men do too, but you know what the thing is that a lot, you know, it kind of bothers me when you see a lot of men, especially on Instagram, going, that's what, you know, they happy. You know what I mean? And it's like, my thing is this: if you start off, if I get married, if I was to marry James, okay, no.
We're saying hypothetically.
I realistically know that I probably will make more money than him. So if something should happen, I know that I'm going to probably have to pay out. So I have to, you know, adjust. So it was just like what you said about Greg. You were okay. He takes care of himself, but you were okay. But it's the disadvantage. It's the disadvantage
of the person that makes more money.
You know what? I get that, but I want to know. I was asking Lonnie, would she feel the same way about a man who married a woman that didn't have what he had when they came into the relationship? So do you feel the same?
There is a double standard.
It's very much a double standard.
For sure.
Well, it depends. Did they have kids? Did she sacrifice her career? Did he sacrifice his?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You got to look at, you know, what was happening in that marriage.
Yeah. It's like
you know, do they earn it?
Yeah, it's like Nene just said, she didn't feel bad about playing Greg because they came up together and they built what she had together.
I'm saying it's the difference between that and being just greedy. That's a big
Say that one more time.
That's the part.
One more time, because you be giving these stories and you're like, She's getting paid what? Like, there is a difference between saying, I need to cover my children. I need to make sure that we're going to be okay.
Right.
And going back and being like, nope, I need, like that's
$20,000 a month for child support.
Yes, there's
What is
people
that
getting
child doing every
hundreds
month?
of thousands
Yes.
a month.
And I just want to be clear to say really quick, like for me, I would never have a problem with paying where it's fair, especially under a household with two people have brought in together. In my particular situation, and it goes into details that we don't have to get into here, but it was just unexpected the way it was come at. I didn't have myself protected, and he did. You can do the math with greed and with things that were said that weren't really understood when it happened. I ended up feeling that it wasn't fair for me. And that was that's why I'm telling women out there to protect yourself.